Let's talk music. I'm Kenny Selcer. We're going to talk the G chord and G scale today. We're going to talk about inversions, variations, a couple of G scales thrown in there, and it's really important to learn as much as you can about the fretboard on the guitar, different inversions, so you have different sounds. Every inversion has a different sound because there's a different note on top and different note on bottom, and so it's good for comping with some other people, playing music with other people. So they play one thing and you play something else. It creates a different sound when you do that. For yourself, you can just have variations, so make it more interesting for you and the listener. So let's talk music. Hi, I'm Kenny Selcer. We're going to talk about the G scale today and G chords and maybe some things that are related to that. So key of G. Key of G has one sharp in it. So it's G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Sounds like this. Of course, this is the major scale. So when you're playing a G chord, there's a really good thing to think about is playing, every G chord has a different sound. So if you're playing a G like this, with G, B, D, G, B, and G, it sounds different than adding the D in there. Yeah, it's different. And that's what you should keep in mind when you're playing with somebody else. You can, or just playing with yourself. You can have different sounds, different tones. So that's one of the things. So also think about variations, inversions, and all that kind of thing when you're playing, especially if you're backing up people, because you have a different sound. So if you have, you're playing a song like this, and you're backing somebody up, and you're also doing this, it doesn't sound that interesting. It sounds kind of plain and boring. So you want to know as many different variations of chords as possible. So here's a G chord. Here's another G chord. You can also play G bar, like that. Or you can play the first four notes, high strings. G, B, D, G. You can also play G up here on the 7th fret. You could just be playing in this particular inversion. You have the B on top, G in the next string, and D. So here, like that. See how it sounds? You can also play this. All right, so let's do. Let me show you a movable chord of G. So G you can play up here like this. You can play 5 strings or just the middle 4. G, B, D, G. And this comes from, if you move it down to here, you have a D chord, except you're playing it like this. You're borrowing 3 notes on the first 3 strings. You're putting your middle finger on the D, ring finger on the F sharp on the D string, 4th fret, and your little finger on the D. So if you play just the middle 4, you can move it up, and the root is on where your little finger is on the A. So like this. So here's a root, and there's a G chord. You can also play it like that, different sounds. So you want to learn variations. Here's another G up here. D on the 10th fret, little finger on the B on the 12th fret, G, ring finger, and you play on the 12th fret, and you play those three notes. One more for you. You bar, 12th fret, D string, G string, and B string, and you put your little finger on the 15th fret up here. It's a nice sound. So it's So learn all learn as many variations and inversions as you possibly can. Everyone has a different sound. You know, some of them, like this one has a G on top, this one has a B on top, this one has a D on top, this one has a G on top. It's just nice to know all these things. In the middle thing, you have the G on top again. It's similar to this. So you can do that in every key. You know, on the guitar, G sounds great. You can play try C, try D, and try A. Okay, now let's do scales really quickly. G scale, open strings, first position. G, A, B, C, open D, E, F sharp, and G. If you keep on going, it'll be G, A, B open string, C, D, E open string, F sharp, G. As you come down, that's a G scale, first position. Now here's another position for you. This one's going to be involving 4 frets. 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret, 3rd fret. So you start on the G on the E string, 3rd fret with your middle finger. A, 5th fret on the same string. Move up to the B, 2nd fret. 3rd fret, A string is a C. D, your little finger on the 5th fret. 2nd fret on the D string is E. 4th fret, F sharp, and G. So it sounds like this. Keep on going, it's ring finger on the G, A, 2nd fret, B, 4th fret, C, 5th fret, D, next string, 3rd fret, E, 5th fret, F sharp, new string, E, is an F sharp, and G. So it's like this. So learn those scales. You go. The idea is to learn the notes on the fretboard, know where they are, and hear them. Listen to the sound so you can recognize a major scale and you know all the notes. It's really good to visualize the notes. Close your eyes and visualize the notes, you know, so you know where a G is. There are 3 G's in this area. 4 G's actually. Here's a G, 3rd fret. Here's a G, 5th fret on the D string. Open G, of course. And up here, 3rd fret, is also a G. 3rd fret on the E string. So all those G's. And if you move up, you have the G again on the 5th fret. G on the B string on the 8th fret. And of course G up here on the 15th fret. The octave from here. And here's another G. You have an open G, 12th fret. It's also a G. It's an octave. And G up here, 10th fret. You can play with your little finger, but just know that's a G note here. So learn all those notes. All the inversions. That's called voice leading, by the way, where the notes are just moving into the next note. So G on top, D on top, B on top, G on top, D on top, B on top, etc. So there's the G scale, G chords, G scale, and etc. Learn those things and you'll be in good shape. So again, learn as many places to play a G chord as possible and learn those 2 G scales. and play 3 notes to start with for the chords, or you can play 4 notes if you want. Here's a 4-note chord, but you can also play G. It's a 3-note chord here. Beautiful G chord. Play G all day. So go practice.